a bustier. Okay, so and I'm going to merge what I have here and here together after I've sewn my cup and attached to it. So in other words, I'm saying I'm cutting off what I have here as my dart. So I'm going to take my waist circumference so I don't have any shortage. So my waist circumference divide by 4 will give me 9. So from the center front I measure, this is it. I have 2.75. I'll be moving the 2.75 from here, and this is my 9 inches, okay, just at the tip of the pepper. So I have replaced my dart. So in replacing my dart, this is what I do. I take it back to this line, and this becomes my next line, my new line for the closing of the bodice. I will extend this to touch it, and from here I'll now come out by 0.75 and re-accommodate my dart, as you can see. So as it is, people, we are done with this pattern. Next I want to do is to cut it off and explain to you how you are going to cut this beautiful bustier with circular sleeves. So this is the bodice of this bustier. This is the bodice right now. So remember, the neckline runs right into the armhole, so you don't bother to replace your dart. I believe by now you should know when to replace your dart and when not to replace your dart. So I'm going to cut my strap. Remember, before you cut your strap, you need to identify the upper part of the strap and the lower part of it. So I'm going to cut what I have right here, and this becomes the strap. So the strap, I will first of all cut I'm cutting my dart, my waist dart. Alright, so I cut off my waist dart now, and then I will call this part F1 and I call this F2. Okay, so I want to close my bust dart first before I continue with this pattern alteration. So I will apply my adhesive, as you can see, and I close up my bust dart. Can you see that? So now bust dart is closed. So once bust dart is closed, I will first of all cut off what I have here. Okay, I'm cutting off what I have here. I will call this a sort of a cup, but it's just a bustier, but it wants to look like a corset. So I will just cut on the center front. Remember, this is the center front line. We don't need this. I'm taking it away. So for now, this is what we have. For now, this is what we have. So I'm separating the bodies from the bustier right now. So once I separate the bodies, I merge these together. So I'm going to apply my adhesive. Okay, I put them together as one piece, because if you look at that, what you have on the thumbnail, we have it together as one piece and decorated with a trimming. So you can use your trimming to decorate that. You can also decide to bone this part. That is if you want. It's all your choice. So this is the bustier and this is the bodice of the bustier. I call it this the center front line. Okay, so when you are placing this, you are going to place this on fold on your fabric. this will be placed on fold on your fabric. So I come in with the cup right now. I separate the cup. So also note that when you be cutting this cup, remember this part will be on fold as well. So you'll be placing your fabric on fold from here to here, okay? So that is that. And this becomes the cup. So this will be cut 2 times and this will be cut once, just the normal way you cut your bustier. So this is it. I want to merge it to be sure. Remember, we have a shortage which has to be blended. So for you to blend the shortage, I'll also apply my adhesive to blend the shortage. So the shortage we have there is actually much, and I think it needs to be blended. So I apply my adhesive and match up bust point line, chest line, most importantly chest line. You can see the chest line. So I'll come in with my pattern ruler the same way I placed my pattern ruler when drafting. From the center front line, I'm going to connect it like this. You can see that. So that is the shortage we could have had if we did not blend up this line. So I'm happy we have blended it now. So I'm going to cut, separate the boats and trim off the excess. Alright, so this is what we have on the pattern finally. Alright, so this is the bodies of this pattern. So after you have sewn this, now you can see they are matching up together. Once you have sewn it and padded, it becomes a cup for you. So the cup you have now, the bodies will be merged together into it. Okay, it forms exactly what you have on the thumbnail for you. So this is the strap. After you have sewn the strap, you can place the strap right in between. Okay, this is the joining of the strap. You can place it right in between. So it means you have to make a notch to the fabric before you sew your strap. So this is what we have on the bodies. I believe you learned a lot from this tutorial. So we want to go over to the creation of the sleeve right now, the circular sleeves, which is the main business of this tutorial. So I'm going to take off what I have right here. So the bodice pattern will be cut to unfold, okay? So that is once. The only one you are cutting twice is this. So I'm setting the patterns aside and we want to jump into the sleeves. So for the creation of our circular sleeves, we are going to make use of our strap. Alright, so it's time for us to create the circular sleeves. So to create the circular sleeves, I just look at the picture on the thumbnail very well, and I noticed that the circular sleeves are only on the strap for the front. So that means you can put a strap for your back bodies. You might decide not to put a strap for the back bodies, okay? So I'll be working on these circular sleeves only for the strap I have on the front. So you need to be creative at the back bodies. You can design the back bodies the way you actually want it. But for what we have on the thumbnail right now, that is what I'm going to construct right now. So this is my strap, and the circular sleeve is going to cover the whole of this strap. So I'm taking the measurement of my strap, and here I have 6.5. So I come in with my pattern paper now, and I'll fold my pattern paper. Remember, I had 6.5, so I'll place it on fold, I'm going to divide 6.5 by 2. So this is my 6.5. So if I divide my 6.5 by 2, I might just have a half an inch. Let me make it 7 so it covers the strap effectively. So I have 3.5. So I'm going to make a mark of 3.5 right now. I'm making my mark from the edge of my pepper to this edge. I'll just form, okay, from the edge of my pepper, which is on fold, I'll mark 3.5. But on this part, I'm going to mark 7 inches, okay? That is the 7 inches, which is half of this, okay? So here, I'll also mark 3.5, so everything will be equal. So this is it, and this is it. Can you see that? So that is what you need for your circular sleeves. So I'm going to cut out this now, and you'll see why we have to do that. So if I open up this pepper right now, the length is 7 and the width is 7. So everything is equal. So I fold it back and I'm going to fold it again. What am I doing here? I'm trying to construct our circle. So I'll be placing my tape at the folded part and I'll mark the 3.5. I'll skip my tape, mark my 3.5. I'll continue with my 3.5. I'll go over with my 3.5. So now I've formed my circle for my strap. All right, so I'll just cut it off right now. So you can actually make this circle bigger. It's not a must that it must be on the strap. While I chose to use the strap is this. Okay, let me make the midpoint. Make sure once you open it first, make sure you have your midpoint. This is the midpoint of your circle. And this midpoint of the strap. Okay, so I'll just fold it into 2 and find my midpoint. And this is the midpoint. So when I'm attaching my circular sleeves, I'll just attach it at the midpoint. Okay? All right. So with this circular sleeve now, I'm going to create another circular sleeve. So if this is my fabric, which I'm going to